What's going on, guys? In this video, I want to go over a little simple strategy that maybe you guys can incorporate into your charts to help you make more money trading futures, specifically the NASDAQ 100. So today was a wild day in the markets. At one point in time, the NASDAQ 100 was down over 550 points, almost 2.5% on the day. Very big day to the downside. Now, I know that there's a lot of traders from looking around social media, watching other YouTube streamers that blew up a lot of accounts, lost accounts, went into big drawdown, maybe chopped themselves up. Here's the thing. When the market is in a raging bull market like we've been, it becomes very hard to start trusting the long. So what happens is traders tend to look for that short, or they tend to buy the dip, right? Because they don't trust the market at all-time highs. So you want a little bit of a better price and you wait for the pullback and you buy the dip and the market goes higher, you make money. Now, what happens when the market doesn't continue to bounce? Well, that's exactly what happened today. There's a lot of traders who tried to bounce some moves. In fact, I took 2 long positions today. Was profitable. I only made 5 points a scalp, but I understood that I was going against a trend. Now, these trades could have completely went against me. Why did I go take trades to the long side when I knew the trend was down? Well, I was looking for a little bit of a better opportunity and just looking for a little bit of relief. I definitely caught some moves to the downside as well. We did very well in our second Apex funded account. I think we were up over $685, I believe, bringing that total to around $900 for the 2 days that's been activated. We have another account that's up about $3,600 that's just waiting for the next pay period, and we've got another one ready to go to start trading as well. We've also got those top step accounts. Have not traded those top step accounts this week just due to the fact that I took payouts on those accounts last week, so the balance is running a little low. I'm kind of just putting them on the back burner until I get through some of these Apex accounts. But let's talk about the price action. We had CPI come out today. The price action went hot right out of the gates. Okay, this was an excellent move. I know some of the traders and Evolution traders took this move. We got that pop over the 20 SMA. We're looking at a 2-minute time frame. I'll just stick with a 2-minute time frame. I was going to show you guys the 5, but it's essentially the same thing. We got that break over the 20 SMA. The green line is a VWAP. So again, if you guys are looking for a strategy to kind of trade futures, put the 20 SMA on your screen, put the VWAP on your screen, and just kind of run it from there. Okay, use those two supply and demand zones as confluence. Now, a lot of traders thought, well, we're going to touch 20,100, right? Failed to do that. So when we failed to do that, we started to roll over, and you can see here going into the market open, about 4 minutes before the market opened, we actually got a 20 SMA play to the downside that essentially, again, I wish I would have taken this trade and just held it all day, because essentially this trade right before the market opened, you literally could have caught 200, 300, 400 points on this move. Okay, this was sitting up at 20,900. You can see that currently right now in the after hours, we're trading at 20,400. It was a monster move. Now, for those of you guys who have been following me, I've been kind of expressing to you guys that the majority of my losing trades and my biggest losses are coming with inside the first 30 minutes of the market opened. It's also been where I've made the most amount of money. But when I start to sit back and I look at my data and I really analyze it, and I think about it from a money management perspective, over the past 3.5 weeks, I've made $3,100, okay, trading the first 30 minutes of the market open. During the same time frame, I've lost $2,800. So I'm only profitable about $200 to $300 in that window. Now, between 7:30 and 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I've made another $2,500, and I've only lost $200. So when you look at those odds and you look at that data, I need to tell myself, and I need to understand that I do much better once the initial balance is set, once that first 30 minutes of the market is set for futures. Now, options is a different story, but since we're talking about futures, we'll keep it to the futures market. So this week, ever since Tuesday, or ever since Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today's Thursday, I have not traded the first 30 minutes of the market, and it's done very, very well for me. So if we kind of just look at what are the other, what should we have been looking for today? Well, we should have been looking for the bounces that got rejected at the 20 or VWAP. Now, we never tested VWAP at all, okay? We never tested VWAP at all ever since losing it in the pre-market. You can see we never touched this green line. We just got super extended to the downside, and essentially we just power trended off of this 20 SMA all day, okay? So notice this pop falls shy of the 20 SMA, and then your new low of day break, you're looking for the break and then confirmation and get in. As long as you don't close over the 20 SMA, you stay in the trade. Again, once you test the 20 SMA, as long as you're trading below VWAP, as long as you're trading below the 20 SMA, you're looking for the continuation of the short pattern, looking for that new low of day break. Now, I know what a lot of people were doing was a lot of people were waiting for the new low, and they were getting in bouncing, and then they were getting stopped out. And then when we made a new low, they were bouncing, and then they were getting stopped out. And they repeated that process over and over and over and over. And again, as much as we were going down today, it's almost you just had to either just sit there and watch, or you had to just take a step back and say, I'm not going to fight this trend. I've just got to find an opportunity to get a better potential price to short this market. And I took a little bit of a scalp. It was closer to the 8 a.m. hour, so 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. What I was looking for was another retest of the 20 SMA, and I was I told myself, and this is what during the time being, what I tell myself. I talk to myself a lot when I trade, guys. Again, I know you guys all do it too, but I was telling myself that if this touches the 20 SMA again, and it fails to confirm, meaning put in a low and now start to build up, and it rejects off the 20 SMA, I've got to take my stab at trying to get some price action going here below the new low of day. So when we had this, what we call a Biggs bottom in evolution traders, but it's just nothing more than a mean reversion. When you get this indecisive candlestick here, you're looking for the pop, and you can definitely scalp this, but you got to be very, very quick at scalping it and make sure you get out before you test supply. So getting back to the short position, once we tested this 20 SMA, I told myself what I'm going to wait for here is I want to see a break of this new low of day. Okay. So when we break this new low of day, which was here, and that time was 8:22 in the morning, once we put in that new low, I'm going to take the following candle that confirms the new low below that prior swing low. Does that make sense? So what I was looking for, indecision candle, a bounce that bounces into supply, does not reclaim the 20 SMA to push higher, but instead rejects. I'm looking for the new low to be put in. And once that new low gets put in, I want to take the confirmation of that new low on the following candle or preceding or on the candle that happens after that. Okay. So typically I like to get in when I say confirmation, I'm looking for the next candle or even the candle after that, any following candle, and specifically within 1 to 3 candles to take out the low of the reason why candle that I'm looking to get into. Okay. Again, because it's summer trading, even though this was a very, very big down day, I'm only looking for 5 points, right? So I'm trading one mini contract. I'm looking to snag $100 a trade. Right now I'm finding the most success. I'll just pass this information along to everyone else. Right now I'm finding the most success between 3 and 7 trades a day. Some of you guys will think that, that's over trading. I could have just taken, one short position and just held it. Yes. I understand that, but that's not my style. That's not my style. If anything, if I'm looking for a bigger price target, I'm going to use the 5-minute time frame. I'm going to look for a 1-to-1 on a reason why candle, and that range might be 15 to 25 points. That'd be the most I've ever looked for on one particular trade. Again, and that's just it's what works for me. Because I'm scalping and because I have a higher win rate percentage, I have to really be careful on the amount of losses that I take. Because in this type of system, one loss can erase 2 or 3 winning trades. Okay, let me say that again. When I take a loss, it's going to eliminate 2 or 3 winning trades worth of profits. Now, before you start thinking, well, how is that system going to be profitable? How are you going to be able to make money if you lose one trade and then you have to win 3 more trades just to get it back. I want to show you guys my TradeZella, okay? And just give me a second here. I want to show you my TradeZella that's linked up to that funded account with Apex. Just give me one moment here, and I want to show you guys the dashboard, okay? So what we're looking at here is my TradeZella that's linked up to that Apex funded account. This is for, I'm going to make the date range here. So we're going to do the date range. We're going to go, I started this the last week of June. Okay. And we're going to go to, what's today's date? Today's the 11th. So we're going to go to July the 11th. Okay. So total profits made on this account is $3,500, $3,591.18. We are winning at an 84% win rate, guys. Okay. 59 of those trades are winners. 11 of those trades are losers in the past 3.5 weeks. We're talking about from June 24th to July 11th. The profit factor is 1.79. If you're not familiar with the profit factor, the simple definition is total profits divided by the total losses. A profit factor above 1 indicates a profitable trading system. Guys, we are looking at 11 winning days here. All of those days are green. Now, like I told you, my risk to reward is going to be skewed. So the average winning trade, $138, the average losing trade, $414. There's been a few instances in this 3.5 week period where I've played 2 mini contracts. So that's why you're going to see a little bit more than $100 in profit. That's why you're going to see a little bit more than $200 to $250 in losses. That's normally what I like to keep it at per 1 contract. Okay. If we kind of go down here and we look at what's going on, you can see we started this account truthfully on June, this funded account on June the 27th, $300 there, 5 trades, $465 there, 3 trades. Okay. Now, if we go to the month of July, 7 trades, 18 trades. This is a little bit more than I would like to have taken. 17 trades, a little bit more than what I would like to have taken. Both of these days where I took extensive amount of scalps was due to the fact that early I was trading within the first 30 minutes of the market and I was getting absolutely destroyed, where I would go down $300, $600 on 1 or 2 trades. So I had to scratch and crawl my way back, finding legit setups and trying to go about it that way. And you can see we're now that we're available to get a payout with this account, we're really starting to dial down the number of trades that we're taking. Today we only took 2 trades for $43. Yesterday we took 3 trades for $162, 4 trades for $263. So forth and so forth, right? So again, my sweet spot here is, between 3 and 7 trades. Okay. So before you start to think, well, there's no way that anyone can scalp that way and make a profit. You can. And the reports and the numbers there are proving it to you. Okay. There's no, secret going on here. The biggest secret is you got to be disciplined and you got to be emotionally in control. Okay. And that's very, very hard to do. And I've been trading for 10 years. 8.5 of those years have been strictly only options and stocks. The last 2.5 years, I've gotten a lot more into futures. But one thing that I have learned is that if you do not control your emotions and understand that you need to set a personal daily loss limit, and whether you hit that number, in 1 trade or you hit that number after 5 trades, you have to stop trading, guys. There's nothing that ever comes good from continuing to try to just get back to break even. It's tough because sometimes we hit that daily loss limit and it's like 1 or 2 trades and it's been 10 minutes into the market and we feel like absolute crap. I get it, but what I want to tell you guys is that there's always going to be another setup. Okay, there's always going to be another day where you're going to get an opportunity to try to make some money in these markets. You just have to believe and trust in your system. You have to execute your system the way it's supposed to be executed, and you need to try to stay as close to your rules and disciplined as possible. The longer you can do that, and the more days you can stack where you're just following your process. Guys, I don't care if you make $50 a day. You make $100 a day. We've got to just bank away winning trade days. And we need to do this for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. We've got to build a cushion, because without that cushion, we can't scale up anymore. We can't take more contracts. We can't make any more money. You know, we're not going to do it by trying to trade 3, 4, 5, 6 contracts and trying to make $1,000, $2,000 a trade or a day, because that one day where things don't work out, we're going to lose the whole account. We're going to lose everything. Let's go about it the right way. Again, what's the trading strategy for this video? What's the moral of the story? Guys, incorporate the VWAP with the 20 SMA. If you're not an Evolution Traders member and you're just someone who follows me or watches me on YouTube, you guys don't really have access to the rest of the way in strategies that I use. That's fine. Okay. I'm not saying that you need to be in the room. I'm not saying that you have to learn the exact way to trade. I'm giving you a way to trade here. And that way to trade is use the VWAP, use the 20 SMA, use those 2 supply and demand zones as confluences. If we're trading below VWAP or trading below the 20 SMA, we're only looking for shorts. Keep it that way. Unless you have another very specific scalping strategy where you can try to take these reversals. Again, I kind of teach that in Evolution Traders, but they're very, very risky, and you have to assume that risk once you get into those trades. But it will keep you safe, and it will keep you looking for the new short. It'll keep you looking for the new short, looking for the new short, or it can essentially just keep you in the trade all day. Remember, guys, on this specific strategy here, here's a 20 SMA, here's our reason why, here's our confirmation, our stop is over our reason why. Guys, essentially, we never hit that stop loss. Truthfully speaking, we could have been in this trade all day long. Again, if you're looking for those longer time frame period trades, maybe this is a good strategy for you, right? If you're looking for scalping strategies, this is also a good strategy for you. Hope you guys found some value out of this. If you guys want to sign up with Apex or Top Step, those 2 links are down in the description box below. If you guys would like to trade with myself and the team, that link is down in the description box below. I'll see all of you guys on the next video.